Let me ask you something honest. Have you worked with an outsourcing team that looked capable on papers but never felt dependable in real life? Not bad people, not lazy people, just disconnected. If yes, then this episode is for you because today we are not going to talk about strategy, contracts, or tools. We are going to talk about daily rituals, the small, repeatable moments that decides whether your team behaves like an owner or just like task executors. The core truth most leaders miss. Ownership does not come from motivation. It comes from repetition. What people experience every day automatically becomes their behavior. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't need reminders. You don't need tracking. The ritual runs the behavior. And teams work the same way. Most founders try to fix ownership problems with more meetings, more dashboards, more pressure, and more follow ups. It's like shouting on a plant to grow faster. You can't fix growth with noise, my friend. You can fix it with environment. And daily rituals are the environment. Imagine a professional kitchen. If every chef starts cooking at different times, uses different definitions for ready, and waits for approval before every move, then the kitchen will collapse. Even with talented chefs. But in a great kitchen, the day starts at same day. Roles are clear, plates move smoothly, feedback is constructive, and nobody call it a micromanagement. They call it a professional rhythm. And outsourced teams are no different, my friend. Let's talk about 5 rituals for daily rhythm. Ritual number 1, a clear start of the day, not a status meeting. Ownership begins before the work starts. The best teams begin the day knowing what actually matters today, what does not matter, and where their ownership boundary is. And that does not need a long meeting. Sometimes it's simple shared signal. Today, this is the win. Clarity in the morning prevents confusion all day. Ritual number 2, one owner per outcome. Always. Nothing kills ownership faster than shared responsibility. When everyone owns something, no one truly owns it. High performing outsourced teams have a daily habit of asking, who owns this decision today? Not forever, not the whole system, just today. And that question alone changes the behavior. Ritual number 3, visible progress before visible pressure. Many teams feel watched but not supported. Ownership grows when progress is visible, acknowledged, and interpreted correctly. Not every update needs approval. Some just need recognition. Silence after effort teaches people to stop caring. Ritual number 4, predictable feedback windows. Great teams don't need instant replies, but they need reliable replies. When the teams know that I'll get the feedback at this time, then they stop chasing and start thinking. Uncertainty creates hesitation, whereas predictability creates confidence. Ritual number 5, clear end of the day closure. Most days end badly, not with failure, but with unfinished mental loops. And strong teams close the day by answering what moved forward, what did not move forward, and what tomorrow needs. And such a closure is an emotional hygiene. Without it, burnout replaces ownership. And one thing we consistently see in Indian teams, especially in Gujarat, that is when expectations are clear and the days are well structured, then teams naturally steps up. They don't resist ownership, but they respond to clarity. And daily rituals give that clarity. And here is an uncomfortable truth that daily rituals don't start with teams, but they start with leadership behavior. If leaders are inconsistent, and change priorities randomly midday, skip the feedback, operate emotionally, then no rituals will survive. Teams don't follow instructions, they follow patterns. At Equine Softech, we have learned this the hard way. Outsourcing does not succeed because of better resumes, but it succeeds when the daily system supports ownership. Our role is often less about adding people and more about helping founders and CTOs design the day so that the people can actually succeed quietly and consistently without drama. Before we close, remember this that daily rituals don't magically create ownership, but they reveal who is ready for it. And that's why next question founders and CTOs always face is this: how do we choose right outsourcing talent in the first place? So in the next episode, we will break down how to evaluate Indian outsourcing talent in 2026 beyond resumes, certifications, and polished interviews. We will talk about what predicts ownership, what Western teams often misunderstand about Indian talent, and how fast growing hubs like Gujarat fit in today's outsourcing ecosystem. Because daily rituals only works if the right people are in the room. Until then, uh, don't just design your daily rituals, but design better decisions about who you trust for ownership.